And we are live here on the Moon Piece podcast channel, where today we are reviewing chapter 314 of Blue Lock titled Core Part Uno. Welcome back. If this is your first time here on the Moon Piece podcast channel, consider subscribing. I am one of three co-hosts here, where we have our normally scheduled podcast episode that comes out every 2 weeks. The most recent episode just came out last week. So if you guys want to check that out, check out our channel. Like the video if you like Blue Lock content. I do these weekly. We have a bunch of other great content here on the channel. But speaking of content, I just have to quickly make sure that my content is currently working correctly on YouTube. So, boom. Probably an ad's going to play, and then I have to wait for the ad to stop. It's weird having to... No skipping the ad. Let's just make sure. All right, perfect. Everything is up and running then. So again, guys, we are doing Blue Lock Chapter 314. I have not received any spoilers of this, but I do hear that it is a short chapter, so we'll see what happens there. Last we left off, we were looking at Blue Lock do a little counterattack against Nigeria. And it looked like Rain went for a goal, like the striker that he is, but he missed, or actually it got blocked by Nigeria's star player, Onagi. So we know that at the end of the last chapter, Isagi had just put himself in a prime position to retrieve the ball. But is he going to get it? Well, let's read the chapter and see what happens. So starting off, we are seeing Aiku with his metavision going on. It's just like our simulation. The Nigerian players are leveraging their physical abilities to make and receive outrageous passes, and then finishing by passing to their ace striker to score goals. It is a single endpoint system. A single endpoint. So it's kind of like the Ubers, where they would just use their defense to always like get the ball back and give it to Baro, because Baro was their star striker, right? So I like that IQ over here. We're being shown again, this guy, he has metavision, you know, he has what it takes to be the captain. He is the captain of Blue Lock. And I like that he's kind of like breaking down, you know, what the Nigeria players are doing and what their capabilities are. So we hear IQ go second ball. As for us, we have an egoist system that can score from anywhere. We're different types, but we both play hyper offense soccer. Yeah, it's just as we imagined. All right, so it looks like everything's going according to their calculations. And it looks like Nigeria's got the ball again. A clash of offense versus offense. And it looks like the guy with the crazy eyes is got the ball over Rin. He's like, I made a nice clear. Good one, Obo. Time for a rapid counter, says their version of Yukimiya over here. Who, apparently he's the captain, Kuso, a defensive midfielder. Right, that's a D. And then it looks like Obo is their center back. All right. And then we have Yoichi Isagi coming right in front of Nigeria's captain. And the captain's like, oh my God, he responded so fast. He came to crush me with the high press. You're good. Right. And then here comes Rio too. Looks like he also responded, also thought the same thing that Isagi did. And the captain again is like, these guys, they're so good. And Rio's coming in talking high. He's like, yeah, it's time to hunt. And Asagi's joining in. He's like, yeah, let's go. I'm hungry. I want that ball. Pause. Right? So let's see what happens. These guys moved in like ruthlessly efficient predators. Right? And here comes Onazi from the back saying, Kuso, you know, pass it to me. He's wide open. Right? So he's like, I'm here. You don't think anybody's going to see that, bro? And then the guy, Kuso's like, nice backup, Onazi, as he kicks the ball behind him. But here comes Karasu. So ordinary. Come on, bro. Karasu can see that from a mile away. It's like you have to think that when you're versing a team that's so centered around Onazi and you're already seeing that this guy can be absolutely everywhere, like he's putting himself in prime positions, someone like Karasu, known as the assassin, he's going to be there to pick up those scraps. He's going to be there to be that guy. Um, to be the number one assassin and take these kinds of shots away from the team, right? So I'm glad it was him. I'm glad if it was Rin, he'd be like, oh, it's so lukewarm, bro, so lukewarm. But boom, here we have Karasu, the defensive midfielder of Blue Lock. Your plan's too obvious, dumbass. And Onazi's like, whoopsies. Kuso's thinking to himself, our coordination was suddenly rendered ineffective. In just 2 minutes, Blue Lock has already, damn, they already saw through us. Well, I wonder if they got a different strategy, a little different formation. Blue Lock has already started adapting to us, as Blue Lock now has the ball and they're going for the counter. It looks like Hiyori's moving into play. Karasu still has the ball, right? Here they come. Cover blue hair. Look out for another cross. Karasu saying, sorry, I'm a real bully, as Karasu dashes the ball across the field to receive. At the end is our boy Chigiri Hiyoma. Time to charge up the line. What? The other side, as you see Chigiri hit the dash, and this man starts zooming down the field like he's the Flash. Yo, what's up, Leo? Nigeria? You want Nigeria? That's all right. They could win. Who knows? But Chigiri dashes down the right side as he's the right wing back of Blue Lock. I like that they keep reminding us of the positions and stuff. This time, rather than charging up the middle, he's racing up the side. Watch for a cross. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Right? And then we have this guy who's trying to get in front of Chigiri, but he's like too slow, dipshit. No, what is that? No decel cross? I don't even know. Decel? I don't know what that means. A no decel cross as Chigiri whips the ball all the way around everybody. Looks like it's, yep. Even the Kuso saying it's coming to Rin Itoshi, right? No, wait, psych. Oh, no. So Asagi's like, it's mine. But then here we have somebody coming up right in front of Asagi saying, nope. I'm gonna assume it's Onazi, right? But what if it's someone from Blue Lock? What if it's someone from Blue Lock? And even here at this point, they're still trying to devour each other, right? The title's called Core, right? So what does Core mean? The core of being on a team, the core of Blue Lock and what Blue Lock stands for? Are they even at this point still trying to devour each other? Tough call. But I think it's a really annoying place to end the chapter. I'm not going to lie. Like, if you guys just ended it with Asagi saying it's mine, you didn't need to add the nope part that really like adds to the cliffhanger of this ending. Yo, knowledge is power. What's up? Welcome to the chat, bro. And Riasat, yes, Danny LeBeau. God, never forget. Yeah, the cliffhanger of an ending is a little annoying. They didn't need to add that nope to the side. I'm gonna assume it's Onazi, right? Because it wouldn't mean anything. There wouldn't need to be a cliffhanger ending if it wasn't something dramatic. Like, it's not going to be some background character of Nigeria's team number 4. It's either Onazi or it's going to be somebody from Blue Lock. But if I'm looking at the shoes of everybody, it does look like all of the Blue Lockers have a dark colored shoe, and then everyone from the Nigeria team has a white colored shoe. So if that's the case, it is most likely going to be Onazi. And yeah, so if it's Onazi, it looks like we're going to get the first 1v1 of the match between Isagi Yoichi versus Onazi from Nigeria. So let's see how these two match up. It's certainly not going to be the last time that these two 1v1 during this game. But I'm glad it's happening now during the second chapter of the game. Let's see how these two stack up against each other. Asagi's getting this pass right now. Hiyori's right next to him. Rin's on the other side of him. So Asagi has a couple of options here. He can go right for the goal, which I hope he does. Will Asagi score the first goal for Blue Lock this early? Especially up against Onazi, the star player of Nigeria, 1v1ing him? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Unless maybe Asagi like forfeits his chance for a goal and maybe somehow passes it to one of his other teammates and then that person passes it back to Asagi. Either way, Asagi getting a goal here is not going to be the easiest thing. But this was a good chapter for, how many pages was this chapter? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 pages. Wow. We got a little more than half of a chapter. It is what it is. I mean, honestly, Blue Lock's the kind of series that hardly ever goes on break, so I'll take the 10 pages over a break then. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, it's not that bad. This is a good chapter. It's we're still in the beginning stages of this game, so the tension isn't really built up yet. And again, since this is like an official match, it's not like they have to be like first one to get to 3 goals wins the match. First one to get to 5 goals wins the match, right? Like there is going to be like a time limit and everything. So the tension isn't going to be there until at least the second half of the game, which I can imagine Blue Lock will be losing going into the second match of the game. So I can imagine Asagi getting snuffed out here by Onazi. They counter and they score. And Nigeria is the first one to score in this game, right? But what this chapter did show us is that they are already starting to adapt to Nigeria's play style and what their team strategy is. But that being said, like, I can't imagine that a team that's making it to the World Cup doesn't have like some sort of like backup plan or like another strategy that they can use, right? Like, there's going to be something else that happens here. I think that Blue Lockers are in for a ride here. Leo saying, have you seen the clubs each players got? The clubs that bid for each player. No, I don't think I have seen it. Are you talking about IRL or are you talking about Blue Lock? I don't remember. Like with the clubs, like during the Neo Egoist League when people were getting offers and stuff. No, I definitely don't remember, man. It was a good chapter. I'll probably give it. What did I give last chapter? 6 out of 10, I think, because it was like slightly above average. I still kind of want to give it a 6 out of 10. Everything looks good. Honestly, my highlight of this chapter is probably the beginning where we're getting like that shot of IQ and him having metavision. I just think IQ's character design looks great. He looks like such a cool character that I'm low-key like fanboying over him. So yeah, I'll probably still give it a 6 out of 10. Again, like we're still like building up this game. Blue Lock Volume 35 leaks. It's been out for a while. Ooh, no, I have not seen it. I'm gonna have to check it out. I really don't spend that much time looking at spoilers and leaks and stuff, but if it's for a volume, let's see. Blue Lock Volume 35 bonus leaks. Premier League net worth. So Manshine City, Chigiri, Rio went to Arsenal. Hiyori went to Manchester United. Nagi, Brighton and Dove. Gagamaru, Chelsea. Rin, I don't know what that is. Bachira went for FC. Okay. I don't know what a lot of these clubs are. Wait, no, view the spoiler. Yeah, I don't know what a lot of these clubs are in real life, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I don't watch soccer in real life that much. Honestly, the only soccer that I do in chess is through Blue Lock, surprisingly. What if Onazi decides to man mark Isagi? Rin lost because he wanted to mark both Asagi and Kaiser, but if Onagi just marks Asagi, yeah, well, at that point, if Asagi is being rendered useless, that's the time and place where, like, could Asagi get subbed? Because if you throw Borrow into the mix, like remember, we have two huge wild cards in Blue Lock, Borrow and Shido. You put those guys in the game, the other team will not know what to do, right? So if Isagi is being rendered useless, right? There we go. That's what you do. You sub them out, and no one can predict play styles like Borrow. I mean, listen, I need Borrow to come out onto the field. Hey, but what if he doesn't man mark Asagi? What if he man marks Rin? Right? Rin is honestly the bigger threat than Asagi. Asagi's still he's great, but he's not him. He is not. He is only Himsagi himself. So yeah, guys, today was a short chapter. Again, only 10 pages, not much to talk about here. So sorry for it being a little short, but as far as I know, there's no break next week. So we will be back again next week, Tuesday at 12:30, 12:45. Like the video if you liked the video. Let me know any other thoughts and comments you have. Really appreciate everybody who stopped by. Leo, you're a real one. Riasat, as always, sir. Knowledge is power. Thank you. I hope you guys have a great week. Stay safe out there. Sayonara.